Well, we're here live at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Welcome. We're about to witness this game between Bethany College and Waynesburg University in men's basketball. I'm Nicholas Callas. That's Jack Hillgrove. And Jack wanted to talk about a tale of two big men in the game today. Isaiah Alonso, 6'10" for Waynesburg, and Travis Zimmerman, 6'6" for Bethany.
Yeah, that's the first glaring difference, right? Isaiah Alonso, 4 inches on the freshman from Bethany, Travis Zimmerman, but there's a lot more to dive into as well. Zimmerman only averaging 8.5 points a game and 6 rebounds per game. Isaiah Alonso, 20 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game. Both of those ranked third in the conference. Also, Alonso, not typical for a big man to be 100% from the charity stripe this season, 13 for 13. Travis Zimmerman, only 6 for 16. Isaiah Alonso shooting 48% from the field. Zimmerman shooting 40% from the field. Nick, long story short, I expect Isaiah Alonso to have a huge game underneath today.
Absolutely, and if you can't contain him, Waynesburg very well might run away with this game like they did against Franciscan this past Wednesday, where Isaiah Alonso had a double-double, as did Jansen Knotts. Waynesburg dominated that game.
Yeah, they did. 5 guys, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jackets in double figures. And perhaps the most exciting part of it all, Matt Popek, 14 points all in the second half. That's his season high. If you've been watching us all season long, we've been talking about the return of Matt Popek from that knee injury a year ago, which made him sit out pretty much the entirety of the season. Talking with him at the start of this season, he's been a little bit timid. He's been a little bit shy, a little bit hesitant to get back out there and kind of be the Matt Popek of old. Well, Nick, we saw the Matt Popek of old in the final 20 minutes on Wednesday. In his career against the Bethany Bison, Matt Popek in 4 games averaged 15 points a game with a season high his freshman year of 25. Not only do I expect Isaiah Alonso to have a big game, I expect Matt Popek to continue that solid play and get back to arguably becoming the best guard in the President's Athletic Conference.
All right, well, Bethany yet to win a game yet this season. Waynesburg coming off a win back on Wednesday. We'll be back here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. Tip-off coming up next. Isaiah Alonso wins the tip-off for Waynesburg University, and here comes Ryan Fehlberg across court. Fehlberg is a sophomore from Twinsboro, Ohio. Wilt inside, Isaiah Alonso being double-teamed, and he misses his first shot, but Jansen Knotts, well done, gets the rebound and puts up the first 2 points of the game. Waynesburg University up early.
Yep,
up right away.
16 rebounds in the first game, already has 1, and we're 30 seconds in for Jansen Knotts.
There's Klimchuk, being guarded by Fehlberg, passes out. There's an open Dalton Hamrick, who then drives the baseline, but he can't get that shot to go in. There's Isaiah Alonso with a rebound. Waynesburg quickly coming to offense. Fehlberg tries for a layup, but misses, and here comes Bethany. There's Hamrick with the ball. A minute into this game. Over to Zimmerman, the big man, the tallest player on Bethany's team. Out to Riggs, being guarded by Bennett. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bethany struggling to find open space. There's Riggs with the shot, but he can't make it. Got it off just before the shot clock went off, but still no good on the shot. Now Fehlberg loses possession, tipped off of Hamrick, and it'll stay with Waynesburg.
Yeah, Tim Fusina frustrated on that pass going out of bounds. A good defensive possession for Waynesburg, forcing the shot clock down to the shot clock buzzer ran off. And in those situations, when the opposition gets a forced shot, long rebound, you can expect to get out in transition. They couldn't do it there, Waynesburg.
Fehlberg with it. Over to Jansen Knotts, one of the freshmen on this team. Jansen Knotts had a double-double against Franciscan. Back out to Knotts, tries for a 3, no good. Alonso fighting for the rebound.
Good play.
Fought with Travis Zimmerman, and Alonso hit it off of Zimmerman, went out of bounds, so Waynesburg will retain possession.
Yeah, smart play by the junior Alonso. Good box out, too. Anytime that you're playing defense and the ball hits the ground, but when the shot goes off, you've won the battle underneath and you've won the box out battle, and Waynesburg did there, and no surprise that Alonso at 6'10" was able to do so. And then a good hustle play to the ball and to knock it off of Bison and get it back.
There's Fehlberg with it, just 2 points scored so far in this game. Neither team finding consistent open space, not having success with shots. Alonso fights for inside space, and he gets it. Alonso, first 2 points of the day for him, 4 for Waynesburg in total. And Waynesburg ahead early.
He was able to get a ton of separation there.
Dalton Hamrick loses possession of the ball, stolen away by Jansen Knotts, fumbles it for a second, and it seems he double dribbled.
Yep.
So that's going to be a turnover for Waynesburg.
Good job by Bryson Wilt on that play. 5th in the conference in steals coming into the game. Was able to get a hand in there. I don't know if officially he got credited with the steal, but came in with 7 on the season. It's 5th in the conference and was able to wreak havoc there defensively.
There's Brendan Riggs now with it, being guarded by Kristen Bennett. Over to Klimchuk. Klimchuk dribbles in. He fights for space, and a whistle stops play. Klimchuk was really driving in there. Hit into a few Waynesburg defenders, and will actually be a foul called on Waynesburg.
Yeah, Ryan Felberg, first foul of the game.
Ryan Felberg called with his first personal foul. That's Waynesburg's first team foul of the half. 17 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first half. Waynesburg is leading by 4. Pass inside, Travis Zimmerman fights for space, and he makes the basket. So Bethany College on the board. Thanks to Travis Zimmerman, and now it's 4-2. Waynesburg still in the lead. Here's Felberg. Over to Bryson Wilt, one of 2 freshman starters. Again, all 5 of these players on the court have started for Waynesburg in all 5 of their games this season. Alonzo with the ball. Step back, shot, no good. Rebounded by Klimchuk. Here comes Klimchuk over half court now, dribbling, stumbling his way toward the basket, and it goes in. Oh my goodness.
Good play.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and he makes the basket.
Yeah, was able to keep his balance and put up a good shot that fell in high off the glass. Tie ball game.
Bryson Wilt with it, over to Kristen Bennett, to Jansen Knotts. Takes a shot now inside to Alonzo, being double teamed, and that's what Bethany's going to need to do, is double team against Alonzo in order to stop him from scoring. Alonzo caught on the foul there. He got called for a charge, an offensive foul, his first personal. Waynesburg now at 2 team fouls in the half. And a whistle stops play substitution for Bethany. Into the game, Julian McGee, and out of the game, Travis Zimmerman. So their 6'6" player is out of the game. Bethany now looking short compared to Isaiah Alonzo on the court. There's Brendan Riggs with it. Over to Julian McGee, drives right, puts up a shot, it can't go in. Or it doesn't go in. Rebounded by Bryson Wilt. Here he comes across court. About 4 minutes into this game, and it's a 4-4 ball game. Only 8 points total among the both of these teams. There's Bryson Wilt with a 3, no good. Rebounded by Riggs, and here he comes across quickly, 2-on-2, but he fumbles possession, still fights toward the basket. He can't make it. And it's rebounded by Wilt. There's Alonzo across court, and he tried to dunk it. Suspense there for a second. I mean, didn't go straight through, but it works. Two more points for Alonzo. 4 for him in the game, 6 for Waynesburg total, and they're back up on top. Waynesburg 6, Bethany 4.
Yeah, whatever works, right? If it goes in, it goes in.
There's an open 3, and no good. Shot attempted by Julian McGee. Julian McGee, a freshman on this Bethany team, 6'1". Most of these players for Bethany are mid-6 foot. There's Ryan Felberg, who's in the 5 foot for height, and he missed.
Yeah, Waynesburg's getting open shots to start this game, but they just aren't capitalizing, and that's kind of been one of the Achilles heels of Waynesburg to start this season.
And a right pass from Klimchuk goes out of bounds, so Waynesburg will get possession back. Not a good idea for Waynesburg to keep Bethany in this game, because if Bethany stays with it, they keep playing like they are, they could come out with a win in this game, their first win of the season. Waynesburg's got to capitalize and get the lead and keep them down.
Some subs checking in for Bethany and for Waynesburg. Tyler Block checking in for Bethany. Matt Popek in for Waynesburg. There you see him on your screen bringing it up the floor.
Popek now playing point guard for Ryan Felberg, who he subbed for. Now here's Bryson Wilt. Top of the key, Wilt over to Matt Popek, dribbling inside. Fakes the shot, now passes out to Knotts. Waynesburg up 6-4, just under 15 minutes left in the first half. Pass into Alonzo, fights for space, but he's being double-teamed and he can't make the shot. Looking for a foul that doesn't get called.
Bethany doing a good job of double-teaming him inside to start this game.
Pass in, there's Hamrick dribbling around the court. No open space, he's trying to fight for space, and now a whistle blows stopping play, and a foul will be reported.
Yeah, Bryson Wilt Little bump inside. Third team foul for Waynesburg. Bethany keeping it clean. 5.5 minutes into this game? No fouls charged against the Bison as Derek White Jr. checks into the ball game. You saw him creep past your screen there, and he's going to inbound the ball.
Derek White Jr., a 6'1" junior. Didn't start this game, but he started Bethany's previous 4. Pass in is stolen away by Bryson Wilt.
Yep, 5th in the conference. Impacting, his second turnover so far.
Wood with it now, top of the key. Waynesburg still struggling to score, as is Bethany. This game close, 6-4. About 6 minutes in. There's Popek with it. Popek, who had a 14-point second half against Franciscan on Wednesday. Now here's Briston Bennett. Back to Popek, inside to Alonzo, being guarded heavily, and a whistle stops play. No shot, but it seems a foul will be reported.
On the floor, so I think Waynesburg, will inbound.
Foul reported. Travis Zimmerman, his first personal. Bethany's first team foul of the half. Bryson Wilt will inbound for Waynesburg, but that's what they got to do against Alonzo. At a height disadvantage, they have to contain him inside, and I think it's a smart move for them to foul him and at least risk getting aggressive instead of letting him score like he has been all season. Entering play, Alonzo averaging 20 points per game over the first 4 for Waynesburg, and he has 4 in this game, 4 of 6 Waynesburg points. 3 shots for Bethany don't go in, but Bethany still gets the rebound. Travis Zimmerman has it now, and there he loses it. So 4 chances for Bethany there, and none of them yield any points. Now here's Bryson Wilt and Waynesburg on offense. Ryan Felberg kneels down on the side of the court, getting ready to come back in, and a whistle stops play as Matt Popek went up to try to shoot that ball.
He got fouled.
Foul called on Bethany's Tyler Block, his first personal. Bethany now with 2 team fouls in the half, and Matt Popek, who was fouled on the attempted shot, will get a granted 2 free throws. First one's in. Matt Popek entering play, 15 points. Matt Popek has appeared in all 4 games for Waynesburg so far this season, though he hasn't started any of them. Ozza Klimchuk back into the game for Bethany College as that second one goes through. Popek with 2, Waynesburg with 8, scores 8-4, and a whistle stops play. Ryan Felberg's back into the game for Waynesburg, and Briston Bennett subbed out.
And this is an interesting dynamic too, Nick. One of the storylines coming in was how would a guy like Ryan Felberg, who played point guard for Matt Popek last year because he was out with an injury and played it very well, how would the offense gel with Popek and Felberg both on the floor? And we'll see it here for the next couple of minutes.
Pass inside. There's Zimmerman, who puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Isaiah Alonzo. There's Felberg dribbling it. Felberg finds space inside, tries a shot.
Good take.
But a whistle stops play.
Strong take. Again, you mentioned it earlier. Who's a foul on?
Dylan Furlong, his first personal. Bethany now with 3 team fouls in the half.
You mentioned it earlier. Ryan Felberg only, 5'10", I think he's listed at. Yep. And he's able to play strong inside. Good take and capitalizes on the first free throw.
He plays some good defense as well. Gets his arms up and at least puts resistance on any shooters who try to go inside that he's covering.
Absolutely.
Felberg entering play, 58.8% from the free throw line. Second shot. Oh, in and out, no good. And here comes Bethany. Waynesburg up 9-4. Just under 13 minutes left in this first half. Tyler Block with it now. Over to Dylan Furlong. Furlong over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman. Looks like Waynesburg playing some kind of zone. They're collapsing on the inside well, not letting Bethany get any space to shoot. But a whistle stops play.
Some scores going around the PAC currently. Teal up 11, 41-30 on St. Vincent. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Westminster up 28-22 against Grove City. 2 minutes left in the first half. And then game kick, tipping off, I should say earlier. Geneva up by 6 on Chatham, 69-63. 10 minutes left in the game.
So it's Ozza Klimchuk at the line. He missed his first attempted free throw. And that foul was called on Ryan Felberg, his second personal. Waynesburg now with 4 in the half. And into the game for Waynesburg, subbing in Jake Scheit, another freshman on this team. One of the recruits from Tim Fusina, who recruited about 20 players this past off season, and Waynesburg is tied for the second highest roster number in the PAC. Waynesburg has 21 rostered players. Bryson Wilt with it now.
Not to put you on the spot, but who's the highest? Is it Grove City?
Ooh, let me see. It's Washington and Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Washington and Jefferson has 23, and surprisingly enough, Franciscan has 21, so tied with Waynesburg.
And Franciscan, a new member to the PAC, and Waynesburg welcomed them to the conference with force. 90-71 win on Wednesday. And
there's some discrepancy there on the court. Derek White Jr. didn't inbound. He just walked it across the line and started dribbling.
Yeah, which you can't do. Look at if you see us up here, we have the same reaction. That's absolute. I believe that's a turnover, and I think that's why. Oh, okay. Bethany ball.
Yeah, look, he's going to keep chirping Fusina but we'll get back to play here because not sure he's going to be able to change that. Travis Zimmerman. I haven't seen that, though, a player lose focus and just dribble across. Every now
and again, you'll run into that. But again, look at good box out. Ball hits the ground again. Great job by Alonzo and Popek underneath the box out.
Derek White Jr. with the missed shot. Now here's Popek with it for Waynesburg over to Knotts. Grayson Wilt with it now, being guarded by Derek White Jr. Pass inside. Scheidt trying to fight for the ball, and he stays with it. Pass Zimmerman, who fell down. Now Wilt with open space. And tries the shot, but it's blocked. Picked up by Zimmerman. He's coming across court, dribbles around Popek, and he makes the shot.
Wilt missed a wide open Popek on the left wing. Wilt dribbled to the charity stripe, drew the double team, and it left Popek wide open. Just a little bit too much traffic blocked his vision.
Travis Zimmerman with 4 of Bethany's 7 points. It's 9-7. Over 11 minutes left in this game. Here's Isaiah Alonzo fighting inside. Puts up a shot, but a whistle stops play. And the foul to be reported on Bethany's Travis Zimmerman, his second personal. Bethany now with 4 team fouls in the half, and Isaiah Alonzo will be subbed out.
Another thing worth noting, too, about Travis Zimmerman, Nick, is that, shout out to my dad. I think my parents are watching. My dad was helping me put some numbers together for yesterday's game. Travis Zimmerman, the primary big man, usually those guys draw a lot of fouls. Through 4 games, Travis Zimmerman's only had 6 fouls. Relatively clean. He's already got 2 today.
There's Bryson Wilton on top of the key. Replacing Alonzo is Will Helton for Waynesburg, and look at Popek.
Come on.
Hey, I missed hearing that. Matt Popek for 3. He's got 5 now in the game. And Waynesburg now up 12-7 on Bethany. There's Bethany with it now on offense. Brendan Riggs with it, but a whistle stops play and a travel on Brendan Riggs, which will be a turnover. Waynesburg possession. And speaking of turnovers, entering play, Bethany averaging 15.5 turnovers per game as compared to Waynesburg's 12.3 turnovers per game.
Yeah, Bethany minus 7.25 in turnover differential this season. That's dead last in the conference. Waynesburg only minus 0.25. They rank 6th.
Jansen Knotts with it. Out to Popek. He'll try again for 3. That one doesn't go in, and a whistle stops play as the attempted rebound was happening. And the foul will be reported on Jansen Knotts, his first personal. Waynesburg with 5 team fouls in the half.
Yeah, 5. You got it.
Well, a substitution now out of the game. Tyler Block for Bethany, and into the game, Stolten Hamrick.
Yeah, Hamrick this season, the leading scorer for Bethany, 6th in the conference, averaging 18.5 points per game.
Klimchuk with it. He's been a force for most of the game, just fighting his way in, using brute force. That shot missed by Bethany, rebounded by Matt Popek.
Good rebound, too. Got up high.
Popek inside. There's Jake Scheidt trying to find space, but he couldn't. Now out to Knotts, who takes a quick shot, and he makes it. Jansen Knotts with 4 points now in the game. Waynesburg extends the lead, now doubles Bethany's score, 14-7.
Some early numbers.
9.5 minutes left in the first half.
Early numbers, Waynesburg shooting at only 28% from the field, but Bethany 23% from the field.
Yeah, so not a day for scoring today. That one misses everything. But a whistle stops play on the baseline. It went out of bounds on Bethany. That was Dalton Hamrick trying to get the rebound and stay in bounds, but he stepped out. So Waynesburg will regain possession and go back to offense. Jake Scheidt on the inbound to Matt Popek. Popek with 5 points in the game. He's leading scorers for both teams right now. And a few players have 4 up to this point. Will Helton.
He's the only player to make a 3 as well, Matt Popek.
Yes, he is. Jake Scheidt inside, fights for space, and gets it to fall through. Jake Scheidt on the board for scoring. Waynesburg extends its lead. It's now 16-7.
That's another freshman, 6'4". You see him on your screen, only averaging a point, pretty much a point a game, 1.3, but a long wing. And then again, another turnover.
Knotts, here comes Scheidt. Can't make the layup, but Knotts pushes it through.
That counts as a rebound too. And Bethany will call a timeout to try and regather things, but that counts as a rebound and a point. Jansen Knotts kind of continuing his rebound trend from a couple of nights ago against Franciscan. Waynesburg's out to a pretty good start, 18-7. The score, you see it on your screen. Waynesburg only shooting, 30% from the field thus far today. I believe they got it back up to 30%. Bethany, 3 of 13 from the field, and that's pretty much the story of the game.
And we want to mention, too, coming up at halftime, Matt Mansfield will sit down with Waynesburg Sports Information Director Bobby Fox. Bobby is an extremely important member of the athletics department here at Waynesburg, and he's a graduate of Waynesburg University as well. He graduated as a member of the Department of Communication, so you won't want to miss that. Matt Mansfield interviews Bobby Fox.
Did you correct yourself because you knew Professor Krause would have said something to you if you said Communications Department? Yep.
Right. Make sure I got that right. The Department of Communication.
Good catch.
Yes. There's Bethany now on offense. 18-7 is the score. Waynesburg leads it. Game with little offense, and as Jack mentioned before, both teams under 30% in field goal percentage at this point in the game. That shot missed, but the rebound and second take by Derek White Jr. is good.
Yeah, rebound went over the head of Jake Benhart, who just checked into the game for Waynesburg. Just mistimed the jump by a couple of seconds.
Matt Popek with it now, over to Jake Benhart. Jake Benhart, a 6'5" junior on this team, one of the recruits of Tim Fusina this offseason. Benhart with it now inside. Can't find space inside. Further to Isaiah Alonzo, who certainly can create space with his 6'10" frame. Ball went out of bounds, tipped off of Bethany, so Waynesburg will retain possession on its offensive side of the court.
Yeah, Alonzo did a good job of creating space, but when he went up for the layup, he tried to, swish it home. Should have used the backboard, had a good angle.
Benhart receives the inbound, now over to point guard Popek. 18-9 is the score. Popek inside, Alonzo fumbles with it a bit, so can't drive inside. Now he dribbles his way into space, fights his way through, but he can't make the shot. Rebounded by Bethany. Over to Julian McGee. McGee passes into traffic, and it's intercepted by Jake Scheidt. Pass to Alonzo. Alonzo tried for the shot, but a whistle stops play as he took it. Foul called on Derek White Jr., his first personal. Bethany now with 5.5.
Yeah, I think the frustration slap at the wall as Tony Court has a word with Alonzo about how animated he was getting. I think he was just upset at himself for not capitalizing on the open layup. But good news is he's pretty good at these. Now 14 of 14 on the season.
5 total points pending the second free throw. Perfection continues. 15 for 15 this season on free throws is Isaiah Alonzo. He's up to 6 points now in the game, and Waynesburg up to 20 points as a team. 20-9 is the score. 7:15 left in the first half. Shot taken by Dylan Furlong for threes, no good.
Good rebound by
Rebounded
Scheidt.
by Jake Scheidt. Scheidt across half court. Over to Alonzo, open space. Now to Popek to Scheidt. Scheidt can't find space inside, so he passes to Helton. Over to Benhart, shoots for 3. A high arcing shot, no good. It went over the backboard, hit the shot clock, but that means it's out of bounds, so Waynesburg loses possession. Bethany will come over to offense.
Yeah, Ben Hort 2 of 14 now for 3 on the season. Not a good number, but in high school at Indiana, he led the PIAA in 3-point percentage in his senior season in 2016.
Certainly impressive. Good 3-point shooter. Now here's Bethany on offense. Dalton Hamrick over to Dylan Furlong. Back to Hamrick. Fights through 3 and he makes it. Went through the gauntlet there. Just ducked and found space and made the shot. Well done by Hamrick. His first 2 points of the game, and Bethany now trailing 20-11. About 6 minutes left in this first half. Will Helton with it now, drives inside, puts the shot up, and that's good. 6'4" freshman Will Helton, his first 2 points of the game, and Waynesburg now up 22-11. Bethany back on offense. There's Julian McGee over to Derek White Jr. Dalton Hamrick faked a 3, then drove in a bit, then missed that shot, and the whistle stops play. Foul called on Julian McGee, his first personal. Bethany now with 6 team fouls in the half. Now a substitution in the game for Waynesburg as well. Back into the game, Bryson Wilt, and taking out Matt Popek. Well, there's Alonzo's imposing figure. You see it on your screen. He's usually animated or just has good poses for the camera. But he's got to watch, especially because he's a player that stands out, 6'10". Puts up a shot there, it's no good. And rebounded by Derek White Jr.
Walked.
Pass across court to Carter Adams, but a whistle stops play. A travel called on Carter Adams. That'll be a turnover on Bethany, and Waynesburg will inbound.
Yeah, the junior for Bethany, there you see him on your screen, just got a little too excited to make that move. Feet ahead of the ball.
Wilt over to Benhart. Just about 5 minutes left in this first half. There's Alonzo.
Good find.
Inside to an open Will Helton.
It's another thing, too, Nicholas, about Isaiah Alonzo, his 9th assist of the season. That's another high number for a big man. Tremendous basketball IQ, finding the open Will Helton underneath. Good play by the Jackets.
There's Derek White Jr. inside, pass out to Klimchuk, shoots a 3, that's no good.
There's a ball hitting the ground again. That's like the 4th time that's happened for Waynesburg, just dominating the boards underneath in the box-out game.
Wilt out to Benhart for 3, no, just missed.
Popek
Rebounded by Bethany, he'll take it across court.
Popek to the table, getting ready to come back in.
Derek White Jr. with it now. Clock winding down in this first half, and Waynesburg still in the lead. Dylan Furlong, pass out. Carter Adams. Carter Adams with it. Inside, puts up the shot. That's no good, but there was Travis Zimmerman, who got the rebound and then tipped it back in. Zimmerman now at 6 points. That leads Bethany scores. Bethany now trailing by 9. Here's Jake Scheit with it now. Scheit to Benhart. Benhart for 3, no good. Only one 3-pointer made by either side so far in this game, and it was made by Matt Popek of Waynesburg University. Pass tipped away. Derek White Jr. lost it for a second, but regained it.
3 guys coming into the ball game at the next stop. Bennett, Knotts, and Popek for the Jackets.
Here's Klimchuk inside, and Ozza Klimchuk got fouled on the shot, and then he made it, so Klimchuk will be credited with the basket. He's got 4 points now. Foul called on Waynesburg's Jake Scheit, his first personal. Waynesburg now has 6.5. And Klimchuk, who missed 2 free throws previously in this game, will have a chance to complete a 3-point play after getting fouled and making a shot. Klimchuk makes that one. He's up to 5 points now, and Bethany trailing 24-16. Klimchuk entering play 55.6% from the free throw line, so now he's 1 for 3. Now back to offense for Waynesburg. There's Matt Popek. Jansen Knotts. Bryson Wilt. Inside, Bennett passes out to Popek. Isaiah Alonzo for 3. Yeah! He got it!
Come on!
Isaiah Alonso with 9 points now, leading all scorers in the game, and Waynesburg extends its lead. Scores 27-16.
That one had some range on it. I think he might have hit that one from fruition.
Whistle stops play as Waynesburg attempted to steal that ball from Travis Zimmerman. So the foul will be called on Waynesburg University. It's Isaiah Alonso called with a foul, his second personal. Waynesburg now at 17 fouls in the half. It was a floor foul, but Bethany now in bonus time. So it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Travis Zimmerman.
Have you been to Fruition yet, Mr. Callas?
What's that?
The new place on High Street that has like smoothies and stuff?
I have not. It's called Fruition?
Yes.
Well, I do like smoothies, so perhaps I'll
I have not been there
after
either.
the game. First shot made by Travis Zimmerman. So he will be granted a second opportunity to make a free throw. Zimmerman entering play 37.5% from the free throw line.
Quick numbers check. Waynesburg 37% from the field. Bethany 30% from the field. And the rebounds, despite the dominance underneath from the box out from Waynesburg, deadlocked. Well, after that rebound, now Waynesburg up 18-17.
Bryson Wilt with it. 2.5 minutes left in this first half. There's Jansen Knotts with it now. Bethany did well early containing the inside, preventing Waynesburg from scoring, but Waynesburg did break out, and they've pulled away from Bethany's score a bit. Long pass there, and the basket made by Travis Zimmerman. He's now up to 9 points in the game. Waynesburg still in the lead, though. It's 27-19, under 2 minutes left now in this first half. Jansen Knotts inside, can't make that shot, though, and it's rebounded by Bethany. Now they'll bring it back across court. Derek White Jr. out to an open Brendan Riggs, who makes that shot with what looked like ease. First points for Brendan Riggs. First 3 of the game for him as well, and now Bethany within 5 of Waynesburg.
So I was flashing numbers at you. I had my head down. That was a 3-point basket. That's what I was signaling. But again, Bethany with a little bit of a run here. It was 27-16 at one point. The Bison on a 6-0 run. And this is what got Waynesburg in trouble the last time the men were broadcasted on WUSN against St. Vincent. The game was pretty much within a couple of points, 5-6 points. I think maybe even one possession at one point. St. Vincent went on a 17-0 run. And Shamar Bennett, who's been one of the best players in the conference this season, had a lot to do with that run. Matt Mansfield, Chris Hulse on the call. I forget which one of them said it, but Shamar Bennett, they were running out of room on their score sheet. I think he ended up with 25, 26 points. But that's what, again, long story short, and there you see Nick Hager, the 6th-year head coach of the Bethany Bison on your screen. A graduate transfer at Auburn to start his coaching career, and then went to Juniata and was an assistant there. But as I was saying, that's what got Waynesburg in trouble, was that big run against St. Vincent, and that's what kind of widened the gap, so to speak. Good timeout call by Tim Fusina. They have 5 timeouts left at this stage in the first half, and hopefully that halts the momentum a little bit for the Bison.
Here's Waynesburg on offense now. Popek to Wilt. Across court, there's Alonso. That was Jansen Knotts in the corner. Kristen Bennett with it now. Waynesburg looking a bit more aggressive on offense here, fighting for space. Good ball movement. Jansen Knotts misses that shot, tried to get his own rebound, couldn't do it though, and then Will Houghton went up for the rebound. But a whistle stops play. Will Houghton committed the foul there. Will Houghton, his first personal of the game. Waynesburg now at 8 in the half, already in bonus time, so another 1-on-1 opportunity for Bethany. And getting the opportunity to shoot at the free throw line is Julian McGee, who entering play is 1 for 2 from the free throw line, so not too many opportunities this season. First shot up, that one's good, so he'll get a second opportunity to shoot. Julian McGee, 1 point now in the game. He had 1 point on the season entering play. He started 1 of 3 games that he appeared in. 1 of 4 games that Bethany's played all season, and then appeared in 3 of the previous 4 Bethany games. That second shot no good, rebounded by Briston Bennett. And here comes Waynesburg, just over a minute left in this first half.
Yeah, McGee and Ozza Klimchuk, the only 2 guys from relatively the Waynesburg, the Pittsburgh area. McGee from First Love Academy in Pittsburgh.
Matt Popek for 3. Look at Matt Popek, who scored 14 in the second half against Franciscan on Wednesday, and he's heating up a bit now. His last 2 makes have been threes. He's now up to 8 points in the game. Here's a 3 attempt for Bethany. That misses everything. Ball kept in bounds there as Derek White Jr. with it for Bethany. Out to Klimchak, and a whistle stops play. A travel called on Klimchak, and that'll be a turnover.
Some score updates around the PAC. Geneva beating Chatham 91-83. It's the story for Geneva this season, and they beat Bethany on Wednesday. Geneva shot 55% in that game. They beat Chatham today and shoot 60% from threes on 28 shots behind the arc. Lyle Tipton 19, Joel Stutes 25 for the Tornadoes. They're 5-1. Definitely a surprise team in the PAC this season.
Comes Bethany back on offense. 20 seconds left in the first half. Jansen Knotts gets the steal on Brendan Riggs. Matt Popek with it. And a lot of screaming going on now. Isaiah Alonso standing up on the bench. There's 4 seconds left in this first half. Bryson Wilt running out of time, shoots it, and just missed off the backboard. That's no good. So the first half has come to a conclusion. Waynesburg University is up 30-23 against Bethany College. We'll take it to halftime right now. Again, Matt Mansfield sat down with Sports Information Director Bobby Fox. You're going to see that interview right now. You're watching the Waynesburg University Sports Network.